I'm creating this video today to briefly discuss All Edge inside the new workplace networks by Clay Spinuzzi for our English 520 class. And today I specifically wanted to talk about Chapter 7 in this book, which is called Lone Wolves, the Case for Search Engine Optimization. When it comes to search engine optimization, I always kind of felt like I was on the outside looking in at something. SEO is something that I've been aware of, but it's not something that I interact with or practice on a daily basis. And it seems to me like I'm not really alone in that place. People are familiar with the concept of SEO, but it seems like they don't really know where to begin in terms of actually performing it. So I was originally going to create an infographic to kind of cover the basics that Spinuzzi outlines in the book, as well as some additional research about the fundamentals of how to perform good SEO. However, something happened at work yesterday afternoon, and it almost felt like the stars aligned between my professional life and my academic life, and I decided it would make more sense to create a short video to tell you more about what happened. But first, let's get back to my original plan to cover the basics of SEO. So, what is SEO? According to Spinuzzi, SEO is an effort to make a site rank high in the search results for a specific set of keywords. The higher a website, product, video, or image appears in the search results, the more traffic it's going to get. So this can pertain not only to just Google searches, but also to YouTube, Amazon, and other kinds of search engines too. I found a great post about this on ahrefs.com that I will share with all of you. And on that post, there's a video, and it goes into more detail about exactly how algorithms work. In the video, the speaker mentions that Google actually uses a group of people called search quality managers, and they manually assess how well the search engine is performing. So, fun fact, I actually did this job for 6 or 7 months through a company called Lionbridge. That experience of rating websites in terms of their quality and usability has really helped me better understand how some of the concepts in this book, including the importance of returning quality search results for users, and the pros and cons of working remotely. But I digress. So back to Spinuzzi. In his book, he mentions that when it comes to SEO, there are good methods and bad methods. So first, the bad method. This is called black hat SEO. And I wanted to do some more research about this. HubSpot describes black hat SEO as a practice against search engine guidelines used to get sites higher ranked in search results. These unethical tactics don't solve for the searcher and often end with a penalty from the search engine. Some of the black hat techniques include keyword stuffing, cloaking, and using private link networks. I will also share the link for that post so you all can learn more. So Spinuzzi describes black hat practice as unethical and ham-handed, which is a phrase that I love. This type of SEO can attract clicks, but not really engagement, and users will often land on pages that are completely irrelevant from what they were originally looking for. So on the other hand, there's white hat SEO, which is basically the complete opposite of black hat. White hat is going to refer to any practice that improves your search rankings while also maintaining the integrity of your website. And some tactics for white hat SEO include just simply creating quality content, making sure your website is mobile friendly, and making your site easy to navigate. So Spinuzzi states that white hat SEO can be practiced by identifying relevant keywords, keeping content fresh, monitoring click-through rates, and staying on top of changes in algorithms. So overall, one of the key takeaways for me from this book was that the work of SEO specialists is ever-changing and evolving. Specialists need to practice ethically, stay on top of the right keywords, optimize their web presence, and measure these efforts by analyzing keyword performance. These specialists also need to be effective communicators when advising clients on website revisions, generating ideas from their competition, writing reports, and whatever else is necessary. So I got to thinking. Spinuzzi wrote this book in 2008, and he mentioned that during this time, most SEO specialists learned these skills themselves. These individuals at that time had to figure out the tools, the practices, and the techniques all on their own. So I'm thinking and wondering, has anything changed since then? I did a little digging, and it seems that there are way more resources now to learn SEO, and they're much more widely available than they probably were back in 2008. LinkedIn, HubSpot, Coursera, and many other websites offer trainings. Some of them are even free. However, I was surprised to see that when I searched for colleges or universities that offered programs or courses in SEO, I really didn't find very much. Ironically, at the same time, I also noticed that knowledge of search engine optimization seems to pop up more and more on job postings. Even for jobs that are not directly tied to being a search engine optimization specialist. So, for example, UB is currently hiring for a marketing content developer, and one of the preferred qualifications is familiarity with SEO. Another colleague just told me about a position that's similar to my own at Syracuse University. And one of the required qualifications is a strong understanding of SEO and online lead development strategies. I believe that that job posting the position was Assistant Director of Enrollment Marketing, if any of you are interested in learning more about that. So these are only 2 examples out of tons of job postings that are out there. So really what I've realized is knowledge of SEO can potentially make or break you in a job search, which leads me back to my original reason for posting this video. Remember when I said that my professional life and my academic life aligned so perfectly yesterday? That was because right as I was brainstorming my ideas for my infographic, our assistant dean for marketing and communications asked me to come into her office. When I arrived, she revealed that she's working on some new digital marketing strategies and wasn't sure why we weren't generating leads for some of our programs. She showed me the keywords that she was using as part of her SEO strategy and then asked for my feedback. I swear to you, this is the first time I have ever been involved in a conversation like this since I have worked at UB. I was really glad to have just read this book and to have that basic understanding of what constitutes good SEO versus bad SEO and white hat versus black hat practice. So the moral of the story is, while we might not be search engine optimization specialists now, it is completely possible that having a baseline understanding of SEO will be helpful in our careers as professional communicators and writers, even when we're not expecting it at all. So I'm grateful for Chapter 7 in Spinuzzi's book. Happy Friday!